everybody. Welcome on into the Nontendo podcast. Hopefully, everything sounds and looks okay. Should look pretty fantastic because to my right, I believe, if you're watching this on video form, Liz the Lass.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my God. Thanks for coming back. How are you?
Well, thank you for having me. I was super stoked to receive a text today that I needed to hop in here. And I was like, you know what?
Now tell the people
Today's the perfect day.
how long ago that text came through.
Probably, honestly, 45 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I was going to do the episode today with Kim. We still have no Ham on board. And Kim got sick. Kim got sick out of nowhere. We blame Starbucks.
I hope she feels better.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I blame the Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, and what did you get?
So today is November 7th, which means three incredible things, Liz. Three incredible things. Are you ready to hear them?
Absolutely.
1, the PlayStation 5 Pro released.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God, right? 2, Mario Luigi Brothership released.
That is a dub.
That's a dub. And the third and arguably most exciting thing is Starbucks released its winter menu. Its winter lineup of drinks.
Yeah. I am a huge fan of the peppermint mocha. I just make it at home, though, with the creamer. You know, that's just how I roll.
What do you mean? You don't get the Starbucks one? You just make it at home?
No, they sell like the creamer. So I just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah. I've been making my own coffee at home. I have been very good. I have been trying to save money.
How's that going for you?
I would say really great. And I could give you all the details if you really want, but I actually don't.
Please do, because I just realized OBS wasn't full scaling and you look really weird in the frame right now. So
I do?
Yeah, well, not that weird. You're like a floating bubble.
Oh, well, that's really fun. I mean, I'm watching it live right now and it looks fine. Chat, what do you guys think?
You
How's
see how
everybody
like there was
doing,
space
by the
above
way?
you and below you? There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do see what you mean.
Sorry about that.
You know, I would have honestly thought that was a creative decision. So
yeah, it was. You were supposed to look like an otherworldly cinema. I got the peppermint mocha cold brew, by the way. You didn't ask. I assume you wanted to know.
I actually did ask earlier, and you fucking ignored me.
No, I went on a no.
Me.
I went on a tangent about all the things coming out today. That's what happened. Speaking of how cool you are, thank you so much. I appreciate you for doing this last second. It means a lot. I want to do an episode with you in person too soon, eventually, because those are so much fun doing them in person. But I appreciate you jumping on in here.
Oh my gosh. Well, we might have an opportunity coming up.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. Do you want to say it? You can say it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm gonna come over for.
If you say it, you have to do it. If you say it live, you have to do it. You're committing.
Okay, yeah. But it's on a weekend, so we would pre-record or what?
Yeah, we
What do you wanna
pre-record.
do?
We could pre-record it.
Yeah, no, that would be fun.
So you're committing to coming to Friendsgiving, the biggest event of the year?
Yes.
Oh my God, let's go.
I guess committing right here
Let's
live on air.
go
You guys,
right
I gotta
now.
fly in a plane.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You and Scoot are both flying in from California. Friendsgiving's becoming a into domestic flight experience for a lot of people.
Okay, but hear me out. What if Scoot and I took a road trip and we
He's in
tripped
chat.
across the whole country? Hi, Scoot.
He's in chat. That's
How's it
totally up
going?
to you guys. I mean, I'm not funding it. I'm not paying for it. If you want to do it, go for it.
He's calling me right now.
Is he really? Look, he will just. You don't have to pick it up.
Hi, Scoot.
You can. Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
I have to hang up on you. I'm so sorry.
Scoot is so prolific for calling you when you're live trying to create something. He will just call.
He's so content. Like he's so,
I know
like,
he is.
He's in it for the love of the game. You know?
It's okay if we're on
appreciate it.
stream, but we're doing a podcast here. This
Dude, it's
Scoot
very
guy.
professional.
I love him. I'm excited to see him. Also, Ham will be there too. Very excited for Ham. Ham's in chat as well.
Yay.
Love to Ham.
Hi,
All right.
Ham.
Let's get on topic. Let's get talking about this. So the biggest news of the week. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The biggest news of the week is let me look at it. Let me pull it up. Let me get eyes on it.
Are you not prepared? Should I just say it?
No, I'm here.
Oh.
This is a tweet from President of Nintendo Furukawa. At today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that the Nintendo Switch software will be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch. So, round of applause. We heckin' did it. Nintendo Switch Online will also be available on the successor for Nintendo Switch as well. What were you about to say?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was always gonna be.
Yeah, are you hitting us with a duh?
I don't want to like be like that, like, but like I don't know. It just kind of, it was like a pleasant surprise, a crazy ass day to announce it.
Yeah, yeah,
but,
it was a day. It was a day. Can we actually? I tweeted about that. Hold on.
Oh, what'd you say? I don't even see your tweet.
So I've
been trying to make an effort to be away from Twitter a little bit.
I wanted to bring that up with you because you tweeted, "I'm done with Twitter." Like you actually made the tweet like you were done, and then I swear the same day you posted a selfie. Like I'm back with a selfie. Can I go to your Twitter and see that? I'm pretty sure it's still up, right?
Sure.
Your announcement that you're done. Can we see how many times you've tweeted since you've retired?
So dramatic. Like actually so dramatic. I don't really know. Okay, like I just have like a huge disdain for the platform.
Oh, me too.
Right now, it is such like a negative force. I feel like I just feel like I'm constantly seeing like the craziest, most like inappropriate, awful shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm constantly being barraged and assaulted by like the worst shit you ever seen.
Absolutely. It's gone to hell. It's gone to hell.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, I'm going to delete it from my phone. Hee hee. And then I sat down to try to record a video for my second channel about The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized like, oh my God, I don't know anything like new. I don't have any current information. I don't even know what to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I need Twitter. It's a lifeline for me, I suppose. And so I have been trying to make the effort and I still have to keep it alive. So I unfortunately do have to be on there. But
yeah, all that said, though,
that was a little dramatic.
You tweeted, super cringe of me to be online that I feel I have to announce I'm taking a break from a website, but I'm deleting this app from my phone, October 16. Then October 17, you post a picture. I'm not even going to say what the sticker says. But yeah, I come back and post a hot pic. You can't get rid of me that easily, Elon Musk. And
that's his goal, okay? That's his goal
back.
Is to get people like me who are positive and fun and cool and posters off the website, and you just can't get rid of me.
Nope, you can't do it, Elon. You might have tried, but you can't. You might have swayed the election, but you can't get rid of Liz. Yeah, sorry about that. You did retweet the podcast today, though, so you know I'll take that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm on it.
Oh yeah, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you gonna go? Threads, Blue Sky.
I did try to go to Blue Sky.
Yeah.
I think Blue Sky is nice, but it's only showing me stuff that like from people I follow, and then I realized like, God, so many people post some dog shit on here.
Oh yeah,
it's like really not good.
It's just people
like,
they'll tweet something and then they'll go to Blue Sky and they'll tweet the same thing. It's just a rehash of. Also, I couldn't even get any of my handles. I couldn't get beat 'em ups would. I couldn't get Nontendo because before I even got to the site, everyone was taken. So I got Woodwalker. How boring!
Early. It used to be invite only.
And then I heard everyone was like, no matter what you like, everyone's like, wow, everything I Blue Sky, whatever the equivalent of a tweet is, everything I Blue Sky over here is getting crazy engagement like never before. I Blue Skyed a couple things. It has like 10 likes.
Oh, I'll go like them real quick.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's get back on topic here. All right, so Just the end of the tweet says, further information about the successor to the Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date. He also said, I believe, I'm just going to throw this out there. I think I saw it. They still are on track and have the same plans as before to announce the successor to the Switch before the end of March next year. So, like, nothing has changed there. That could mean, they announce it this month, next month, January, February, March, but at some point up until the end of March, they still plan to reveal the Switch 2. So either way,
Do you
we're
really
within like
think
a
they
5.
would announce it like before Christmas? I've been thinking about this a lot. Like,
That's the
I
question
don't know. I
that
feel like I
everyone
just always
keeps
see
asking.
like, guys, it's coming. It's coming next week. It's coming next month. It's coming
Yeah.
this month. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just feel like wouldn't they want to like keep some of those Switch 1 sales? in the
No, I
holidays?
mean,
Or
like,
okay. Are you annoyed with me
no,
already?
no, I'm not annoyed at all. I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. Sorry. I forgot you could see me. No, it had nothing to do with that. It's frustrating, and I don't know where to begin with it. But there was a window where I felt like it did make sense to reveal it before holiday, and it was around that late October window or early October window. Sorry, I can't remember which one. Whenever Tokyo Game Show was, around Tokyo Game Show would have made... I mean, they've got to reveal it at some point, right? Like, there's always going to be do they really want to get in the way of this or get in the way of that? Or, like, there's always another holiday season. There's always another Christmas. Like, at some point, they do have to reveal it, right? And they've had, like, 7 solid years of, like, holiday sales. So, like... releasing it or announcing it in like October and then doing like a $50 price drop on the original Switch for that holiday season, and also saying, hey, everything's backwards compatible. So if you want to pick up a Switch and some games this holiday season, or even just some games for the Switch you have, don't worry, it's all going to work on the Switch too. There were like ways they could have done that, but I do feel like now that we're getting close to within a month of Christmas, like the actual day, and most people will have done their Christmas shopping about this time next month, other than the people that panic last minute, which is me and maybe you. You seem like someone that last minute shops. I just get that vibe.
Whoa.
Yes,
yeah,
no?
you're
Yeah.
right on the
Thank you.
right on the head there. Yep.
Yeah, but considering most people will probably have their Christmas shopping planned out by this time next month, I think now it's too late. I think now it's like, that's kind of random to drop it this close to Christmas. So at this point, I'm starting to think, yeah, we're not going to see it until February, March, maybe, which is then pushing the release date into like fall.
And that's what I think, truly. I think that a fall release like just kind of makes sense. And then you have the next Christmas just kind of like show up and blow up,
Yeah, I agree. Although a summer Switch release, the Super Switch Summer, God, that's like, what was Brat Summer?
Yeah, Super Switch Summer, the Triple S. We could make it a thing.
I could see,
but summer's so slow.
I could see next summer being Nintendo's Brat Summer. So summer's slow for like, you saying like for views on YouTube and stuff.
I mean that, but like I don't really have like data to back this up or anything. But like I just feel like releases. Is that incorrect to say?
No, it's not. But I think that's why it's kind of perfect, because my analytics is always, for my Nintendo themed channel, mind you, summer and winter are always my largest peaks. And summer is mostly because everybody has time off. It's summer. So school's out. People get time off work to go on vacations and stuff like that. But in general, just summer is such a high peak. And there isn't a ton of stuff that comes out in summer, which is why it would be a good time to drop a new console, right? Because people aren't picking up holiday releases. People aren't going crazy for all the big end of the year games. That's what Nintendo's been hitting on with the March release. That's why they released the Switch in March, is because who releases stuff in March? Nobody. If summer's a little quiet, I mean, there's some summer blockbusters, and you get like E3 around that time. Summer can be pretty big for some game releases, but it's not too crazy like end of the year.
Okay, I mean, so what we're getting at is that we don't know anything.
No, not at all.
But it could be coming anytime.
What we're getting at, and you can put it in a web article, document it as a leak if you want. They will reveal the Switch in March, and then they will release it in Super Switch Brat Summer.
Okay, here's mine. Is they're going to announce it before the end of the fiscal year. like they said, and then they're gonna release it
maybe
sometime.
Ooh, that's going out on a limb, and you are risking ruining your entire credibility as an online creator. But if you're gonna full stop it like that, I'll see you next year. You know what I mean? Might be our last podcast.
Everything on the line.
Everything's on the line. You're literally what the leakers do is they're like, the Nintendo Direct will be next month, and if not next month, probably the one after that, and if not that, they might just skip it until the following. Love it.
That is actually exactly what they do, and it makes me so mad that people take it so seriously.
I know. All right, let's break this down a little bit. So it is confirmed backwards compat. So for a long time, maybe the first like 4 years of the Switch, was pretty solid on the next Switch isn't going to have backwards compat. I felt that in my heart and soul because the Switch originally didn't have that, and that's part of what made it so successful. And I was like, why would Nintendo want to risk doing backwards compat again when the Wii U was such a failure? You know, it didn't work for them. But then we started this podcast with Bob, actually, and Bob was a big key component in talking me down. We had a lot of conversations about it and swaying my opinion. And then the further we went on in the Switch's lifespan, and as large as the Switch got with its incredible library, it did hit a point where it just made so much sense to me that, like, they can't just throw all that away. Like, I mean, having it all merge over is, to an extent, a selling point to a new console at this point. And they have a lot of faith built up, whereas going into the Wii U, they didn't have a ton of faith from, like, hardcore gamers. What did you think? Did you think this was pretty obvious the whole time?
I just feel like Nintendo Switch Online has been like getting beefier and beefier, but so slowly that was almost an indicator for me. And then, like, I don't know, they're just not slowing down with the releases. Like, I would expect them to have slowed down at least like maybe like 25% more than they have this year if it wasn't going to be backwards compatible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, it would have been like a big, like, you know, third party year, I feel like.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, them supporting the Switch right up till this last year. I mean, I'm sat here with Brothership, you know. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because this is brother. Brother. There's something about Brothership that is just asking for Rule 34. Is that just me? Because you're like shipping the brothers. You know what I mean? Is that should I not have said that?
I'm going to stop you right there, buddy. No, I have a poster of sexy Mario and Luigi.
Can we see?
That I have it locked away.
Locked up behind lock and key.
Because I started scaring the hoes a little bit when they come over, you know?
I kind of get that out on the weekends.
I should bring it out sometime. I'll add it to my setup,
please
you know?
do. Please do. Anyway, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, but releasing this so close to the end of the Switch makes, as you're saying, makes sense because you can just play this on Switch too. Now that was my next question to you, and you don't need to have an answer to it, but I want to put it out there. Now that we know for sure that all these games are going to work on the Switch too, how many, if any, of these games do we think will Nintendo and third-party companies optimize for a day one patch to take full use of the hardware? For example, good timing, the PlayStation 5 Pro is out today, and it has 50 games that Sony and third-party developers have optimized to actually get the most out of the new hardware, because it's not always the case where you just stick in a game on better hardware and it runs, looks, and plays better. It might load better, it might look a little better, but for the most part, especially on the Switch, when they develop a game with the Switch in mind, they turn off settings, right? They turn off shadows, they lower textures, and that's just how the game is. And those things won't get automatically turned back on unless they're optimized and the new Switch in mind. So, long way around saying it, how many, if any, games do you think might be optimized day one for the Switch 2?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody would like to see Pokemon look a little less dog shit. But like, I feel like it's gonna be Tears of the Kingdom, you know, like we can for sure see that. But like, when I'm thinking of hardware upgrades, I'm not even just thinking like graphical upgrades. I fully expect the Switch 2 to have a microphone. I don't I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
if anybody else is on this train. I am fully on this train. I'm fully on the we're bringing back
I think that was
Nintendogs with the
part of the
next
leaks. Yeah.
generation. Yeah, and so I feel like you know, there's going to be certain things with like perhaps like Fortnite, you know, having that capability, I suppose, and things like
Fortnite.
that, you know. I think that there's going to be a microphone, and I think we're going to see some, you know, games kind of switch over to being able to use that without having to plug in.
No, I think you're right. I think we looked at. I don't know if you saw the Switch leaks a couple months ago, where they look kind of just boring. They kind of just look like a normal Switch, and they were like, "This is the shell
Great.
of the Switch 2."
Great. That's exactly like what I feel like we need.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
need it to
You're
be
so
like a
right.
little bit better. Where else can we go with the
Oh,
Switch? Like
Queen.
the only thing I would want to see from Nintendo besides like a better Switch would be like another dual screen. Like
yeah. Oh,
that's it.
you're in line with everybody. Believe me. That's the sentiment online. Well, I can tell you my theory about that too. I think you'll be able to connect a second Switch. We'll switch, but screen. I just get that feeling. That's kind of more of a
You think it'll
guesstimate.
be like a stack 'em? I think I seen you talk about that, like stacking the two screens and then dual screen.
Yeah, to go
Dream
to
big,
go into
buddy.
all of
Dream
my
big.
we're all over the place now. But yeah, I have a theory, and it ties into actually the Switch 1. The Switch 1 does have a mechanic patented in it where you can put two Switch screens together and they will merge and they will work together. And they only used it one time, and that was with Mario Party. I don't know if you remember, but you could lie the Switches down on the table and it would create like a big game map for mini games. So my theory is using that, and then like, you know, you get two Switches, you just connect two screens, and then you can do a DS thing. Beside the point I was going to make is in those leaks of the shell, there was a microphone. I believe there was a microphone rumor that it was going to have a mic. So
good. Let's get Nintendogs.
That was Kim's first thing. She was like, Nintendogs.
Tomodachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like let's fucking go. Balls to the walls.
I saw a TikTok of someone that was really sad, and they were like, getting older is realizing that when you load up your old Nintendogs, they don't respond to you because they don't recognize the sound of your voice anymore.
Wow.
How sad is that?
That is sad. Maybe get a real dog.
Jesus. I thought you were saying you wanted Nintendogs. Good Lord.
Yeah, but like, like
Go on.
no. I'm so sad.
Do you have a real puppy? You don't have a puppy, do you?
No, I have a cat. She's laying here right now. She loves the sound of my voice. She always just lays here and stares at me.
So do a lot of people on YouTube. You can go check out Liz the Lass's channel at Liz the Lass.
Oh my god.
And also follow her Twitter.
YouTuber.
She posts daily. One last thing with this tweet, just to dissect it as much as possible. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor of the Switch as well. This is really cool and exciting. They were already said, if you remember, I don't know where it is right now, but there's a graph they showed years ago of their plan to migrate Nintendo Switch systems, and the successor to the Switch. At the time, it just said successor to Switch 20XX. The release date was unknown, and it was in the bracket of Switch, implying that the ecosystem will carry over to the new one, implying Nintendo Switch Online for the current Switch will be available for the new Switch. Why this is cool and exciting is because every Nintendo system, they always start over again with everything. They always do new online stores, new back-end UI. All of that stuff is always new, so you never get your online stuff carry over. All of the games you bought on Wii Shop, like your Ocarina of Time, didn't carry over to the Wii U shop because it was a whole new infrastructure. It was a whole new shop. Also, like, even accounts didn't really link over. Like, you had to make a new account, or if you used your old account, it didn't store any of the old stuff. It's always a restart, a refresh. But with Switch 2, they are saying, and they are confirming, your current account, your online account that you have now, will merge over to the new Switch. Makes a lot of sense considering it's backwards compatible, and you're not only going to want to take your physical games, but your digital games and your whole digital library. You're going to want to plug that in day one and just start downloading all the games you had.
And that makes a lot of sense to me too. Like, there's like a lot of infrastructure, I feel like, outside of video games with the whole like My Nintendo account. Like when you go to the Nintendo store, you can like buzz
Yeah,
in
I've never
and
done
get some
that, but yeah,
points.
you can.
Oh, I did it. I
I
had
know
to
I
have
need
somebody
to.
help me when I went because it was really confusing. But like, you know, with the whole app thing and everything, I want to see them not abandon it because
Yeah,
even though it's not the best technology in the whole world right now, I would like to see it become a lot better. And I feel like they've really been working hard on like getting the app less archaic
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
and doing a lot of stuff in real life. Like I think if you go, there was like a Pikmin sushi or a Pikmin boba, and you can get My Nintendo points if you go to those restaurants and things. Like I think I've seen that, and I've been meaning to go get the Pikmin sushi and eat all the little Pikmins,
Just
but I
gobble
haven't
them
done
all
that
up.
yet.
I'm the boss now. Um, yeah, I'm glad they're getting better with all of that stuff and they're merging everything together. I think it's really cool. I don't know how the parks work, like the Universal parks, but it would be cool if you could take your Nintendo account to the parks. I didn't notice that in Japan, but imagine if you could like.
No, it's all on the Universal app there, which
It would be
is
cool if you could scan in your
annoying.
Nintendo app though at some of the rides or whatever and earn points, or if they could just connect everything like that, like the world of Nintendo all in one. You
I
know,
don't know. I haven't ever looked into that or tried it, so I might be incorrect in saying that I don't think they
I
have
don't
that. I
think
think
they
it's
do.
all in the band and with
Yeah.
the Universal Phone app,
But I mean,
which,
like
by the
when
way,
you,
my stickers, I've been a couple times and I've been racking up those stickers
I got the
for
bands right here
the
behind me.
Super Nintendo world. Oh, you got bands?
I got bands. I got bands on bands.
I got fucking bands on
Oh
bands.
my God, Queen. We're already
I picked
missing one
Daisy.
between us, or two. I think there's
Oh,
two between us. I think we're missing. I think there's
we're
six
missing
total.
Mario. You didn't get Mario?
No, I don't care. I don't like Mario. I'm a Luigi guy. I've never liked Mario. Like as a
Luigi guy.
character, I've never
Weird.
liked Mario. Is that weird?
That's very interesting. Yeah,
It's
kind of
just
a
like
hater.
he's just like a fat plumber guy. Like Luigi's my man.
Mm. I'm trying to pull up the app, but I don't have shit. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
It would have been really impressive if I could have shown you guys all my stickers, because yeah, I've been a couple times, man, and not gonna lie, it's so super fun. And I like all that app stuff. I think it's
I like all
cool.
that
And I
app
want to
stuff.
see them do more with the Nintendo Online app, you know, things like that.
Chat, it's not because I like Luigi content. Stop. Although I am shipping Brothership. I am shipping Mario and Luigi in Rule 34.
I know you've already mentioned some pretty distinct
Send them to
Luigi
me.
content.
Oh, I didn't finish my train of thought with the optimized games. I guess I'll give my take on that really quickly. I saw some people in chat had some funny comments. One person said every game would be optimized other than Scarlet and Violet, which I like that. Someone said not at all. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if Nintendo does, like, because Nintendo really doesn't care about graphics, and like they've just never really cared about the way a game looks and plays in the sense of its performance. They're like, is our game fun? Can you play it? Yeah, that's all that matters. But you know, I think they would want their console to look good and to look like competitive, right? Like in the marketplace, especially when you have like the PlayStation Pro would just come out. It'd be cool if they did like. There was a rumor at a Gamescom a couple years ago that they had on whatever hardware they were creating for the Switch 2, Breath of the Wild running at 4K. It would be cool if they just did that, like on launch, like as you were saying, Tears of the Kingdom in like a high resolution, maybe an AI upscaled resolution at 60 frames or something. Just like a select like 5 or 10 games. That would be it's also a selling point, right? Because people that might not pick up the Switch 2 because they're like, I've already got the Switch 1 and it has all the same games and I don't need whatever launch games it comes with. It'd be an extra selling point to be like, but all your games, or at least the big ones that you like, will look and play better. You know, like Mario Odyssey will be like 4K or something. That might encourage some people to go pick it up. So I do hope they do.
Some people, not me. I haven't really like hopped on like the 4K thing yet. I just still feel like, you know, I don't need that. I don't have 4K TV. I don't really like need all of that technology. And I feel like when you're saying like Nintendo doesn't like care about what their games look like, I think they just have like this understanding of art style over realism. So like, you know, like with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, those, they're not going for like ultra realistic looking, you know, they're going for more like a painting kind of art style, I feel like. And like with Brothership, I know that was made with an Unreal Engine, right? But has such a distinct, cool, interesting art style, you know? I just think that they're more so focused on that to make up for the lack of like big beefy hardware that the Switch has, you know?
You are one.
Yeah, definitely we need like hardware upgrades, like for sure, with the next console, and it's for sure happening, but I would rather it be an affordable console, and I think that's always been like the hugest selling point for the Switch.
Yeah, no, you're hitting on all the points. Yeah, you clarified.
You're smart.
You're so smart. No, you clarified what I meant by that. Like Nintendo recently dropped a couple. Well, no, they had an interview and then they got turned into a couple articles. What I meant was that they themselves talked about how they don't care about the race to 4K or 120 frames. All they really care about is making fun experiences. When I say they don't care about graphics,
you're talking about
like 4K graphics. Yeah. Game Freak. I'm talking about Game Freak and 4K graphics. Obviously, they care about making their games look very pretty, and their games do look very pretty. Thanks for clarifying that, because I probably would have heard about it in the comments.
Oh yeah, no, I knew what you were saying, but like, you know, it's important to clarify because some people are gonna just like take what you said and run 1,000 miles that way. You know.
Oh, that's every day.
Oh shit.
That's every episode. It's funny, actually. We had a TikTok go viral, me and Kim, a little bit. I haven't checked it in a couple of days, but it had like 600,000 views the last I looked at it on the old talk. And it was me and her from the Halloween episode, sat dressed as Marvel and Black Canary, talking about Marvel and DC character equivalents. Because I was like, who's Spider-Man's counterpart in DC? And so we had this whole back and forth talking about that. And then all the comments were like, who gave these two a microphone? Who gave them the right to talk about comic books? Like, they're so uninformed in Marvel and DC. And like, it's so funny because like, if you don't know who we are and you see us sat there in Marvel outfits, you might think it's some kind of like comic book podcast. But it's a Nintendo podcast. And for a second, we started talking about comic books. And everyone's like, they know nothing about Marvel and DC. Yeah, I know. That was the whole conversation.
Yeah, see, if you would have asked me that question, it would have been a total dead end. Like, I don't know anything. I like the Sam Raimi movies, the Spider-Man movies.
I used to read the comics when I was like in my teens, but yeah, I pretty much only know about the movies. Most of my hero knowledge comes from the movies.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen a lot of them, but not huge into it, not at all. Yeah, no, that sucks. I hate when things go and have a life of their own elsewhere online.
Yeah, when they
out of context.
The thing is though, the out of context, and it's annoying. The out of context is how it gets views. The engagement in people commenting they know nothing about Marvel is what made it blow up. Like the frustrating thing, watching it as a fan of the comic books, seeing us get things wrong is what makes the video do so well. But in reality, we weren't trying to do that. We were just talking about Marvel for a second. It's so funny.
It's a conundrum.
It's a conundrum. What are we going to do? I don't know. We're going to look at this tweet.
Delete.
You mentioned that this was tweeted. They tweeted this announcement out on such a weird day. They tweeted it out the day of the election.
Yes.
And
the day after the election or the day of? I don't remember.
It was the day of, I'm pretty sure. Because I was sat there watching it all come in. And I retweeted this while we were finding out who was going to be president. And this is from Nintendo's president. And, you know, I don't want to get too into everything. It's very fresh. Like, we've all, in America and the world, we've all been through hell in the last couple of days. It's been a rough couple of days.
For sure. Yeah.
Without going into any of it too much, and your views are your views, whatever. Kim and I were sat there pretty distraught. So I tweeted the only presidential announcement I needed today, because that's the only one I needed at that point. I didn't need another one. This was the one I wanted. And I thought that was a banger tweet. It actually got a lot of likes, but there were people in the comments legitimately upset, and people saying things like, not funny for people losing, fearing their rights. And a lot of that stuff was really heartbreaking to me as I sat there as a pretty clearly as who I voted for person. I was like, really? Am I not the only one that's trying to deal with this through humor?
Yes, and no matter what, there's just always going to be like those kind of dissenters online that, are just going to have a problem with that kind of stuff. And that's fine. There's always going to be those people.
Like this,
whatever. I thought it was funny.
This was truly the only presidential announcement I needed at that point. Truly.
No, it was nice. It was kind of a nice little break.
It was nice. It was
I saw it pop up on my phone.
Gift.
Notice when I was literally there voting. So I was like, oh, cool.
A little presidential gift from somebody with a red theme that I actually appreciated. Go get that poster.
Dude, it's like I would have to like go through my storage. Like, are you kidding me? That's crazy. You want me to go do it right now?
No.
That's insane.
No, it's fine.
Can you imagine though if we just came out like all MAGA'd? That'd be like really crazy. Like all of a sudden we were like, hey guys, guess what? Guess who we voted for today? Your podcast is themed red.
It's
like,
true.
I don't know.
It'd be funny if you were like, okay, I'll go get the poster, and you just come back with a MAGA hat.
I could really go get it if you want, but you only have a couple more minutes with me anyways, so.
No. How much more time do I have with you?
10 more minutes.
All right, let's do this quickly then.
Nintendo
tweeted this out. I don't know if they made this graph themselves. It doesn't matter. Which Nintendo Switch year is your favorite? And then they've listed 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then each category has all the games that came out for that year. Now, these are a little hard to see, and they're also very blurry when you zoom in. But
yes,
off the top of your head, I don't know if you can see this. You might need to pull it up on your phone. But off the top of your head, what year do you think is your favorite?
My favorite would probably be
whatever
2020
year
with
Animal Crossing came out. Yeah, that was going to be my guess for you. So your year, your year has Mario Kart Circuit, 3D All Stars, Pikmin 1 and 2 Deluxe, I believe that is, or is that 3? I can't really tell. It's so blurry.
That was the Pikmin 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Xenoblade Chronicles, the good one, the first one. Clubhouse Games, Paper Mario, I didn't really enjoy that one. Fire Emblem, Encore, whatever that Wii U game was. I didn't much care for that either. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, didn't much care for that either. And then Animal Crossing.
So I didn't play anything on there besides
Animal Crossing?
Pikmin 3, and I played that on Wii U.
Oh, that's funny. And it's still, you're still going to lock that in as your favorite year?
Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, 2021, the Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, God, those were so ugly.
Remakes. I like Chibi. Okay, I honestly didn't think they were that bad.
Okay. We won't talk about that. We'll keep that one on the down low.
And then, kind of gonna skip over 2021 Miitopia, I guess, and then Forgotten Land, 2022 Arceus, Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet was a tough one for me because I just hated how ugly it was so much, but I really did like Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 2022 would actually be a year that I would say banger, goated year. What about you?
I didn't look at this beforehand. I'm looking at it now. Let me go through them a little bit here. So 2017, obviously a banger year, first year. Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Mario and Rabbids, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 3. We won't talk about ARMS. snipper clips is whatever. Xenoblade 2 does drag that column down quite a lot.
Arms fan?
Not a huge
arms fan?
I have huge arms. No, I don't really. Not a huge arms fan. 2018, we had a bad Super Mario Party. We had the Bayonetta 1 and 2, Donkey Kong, Aces, Let's Go, Labo. No, that's a bad year. That's a rough year. Not a bad year, it's just a rough year. 19, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Luigi's Mansion 3, Link's Awakening, and the Light would have come out. Fire Emblem Warriors is pretty huge for me. Super Mario Maker 2, Yoshi. That's a pretty big year. Oh, Astral Chain was also pretty big. Right now, I'd say 17 still better. I'm going to go to 2020. We already looked at this. Xenoblade, Animal Crossing. Those are pretty big. Right now, 17 and 2020 are pretty tied for me. 21, the Pokemon games we talked about, Miitopia, Mario 3D, Metroid Dread's cool.
There's also Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword. Where's Skyward Sword? In this tier? Yeah.
21.
No, I'm still in 2020.
This is like the blurriest photo I've ever seen
I know,
in my whole life.
Really
like
is.
I am just grasping at straws here.
2022. Xenoblade 3, right? Xenoblade 3. Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3. Arceus. Oh, that's a good year. That's a good year too. So I'm at 17, 20, and 2022. 23.
23 might be actually up there for banger because I loved Wonder. I loved Pikmin 4.
Tears of the Kingdom.
And I did actually buy the Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch. I bought it digital though, so in my mind I don't own it. And then Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom and Metroid Prime Remaster.
Super Mario RPG. See, here's the thing.
I still haven't played it.
Yes, I bought it and I still haven't really played that much. And it's just like, dude, there's just so much coming out still.
I know.
Like I am still so behind.
Anything with
I was
RPG.
having the most irritating conversation the other day with somebody IRL, and they were talking about the Switch. They were like, yeah, man, like there just really hasn't been like a lot coming out. Like I feel like, you know, the console's kind of like dying, and they were kind of like a PlayStation bro.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was getting so irritated. I was like, oh my God, like, fuck. Like, I just, like, I know about this so much, and you're irritating me so bad. Because I'm like, I have so many games on my shelf that I still have yet to fully dive into.
It's insane. The library is insane. And then you look at the PlayStation library, and it's bare bones comparatively. And also, every PlayStation exclusive game is always like a third-person over-the-shoulder action game. Always. Like, and then Nintendo, you have such this wide spread. The final year here, Mario and Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion 2, Endless Ocean, Mario Jamboree. Yeah, I can't give it to 24. I'm really tied here. I'm really tied between 23, 22, and 17.
I feel like 23's got to be top for me, actually. I'm gonna say
I think I'm leaning towards 23.
I just feel like you had two games that were like arguably some of the best games released that whole year.
Yeah.
Okay, chill out. Baldur's Gate people.
Calm down.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, chill out.
Don't at me.
But like,
I'm off
Super Mario
Twitter.
Wonder, arguably like amazing game.
Yeah.
And then Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, everybody has their own think pieces on it and everything. But
And Pikmin 4.
you know.
And Pikmin 4 was great. And Metroid Prime.
Pikmin 4.
Fire Emblem. We haven't mentioned Fire Emblem Engage, but I didn't like it.
I've never played any Fire Emblem games. I know. I really would love to, but
Three Houses was awesome. I really liked Three Houses. Did not care for Engage. I'm gonna lock in 2023, which is actually crazy considering it's such a recent year in such a long lifespan of a console.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my lock.
Oh yeah.
Are we both saying that?
No. Mhm.
Wow.
Lock it in.
Wow. And let me just check. Oh, we're right, actually. We were right. That was the best year.
Good. Yay. I love being right on
Me
the
too.
internet.
How much time do you have? To give me rip it
3
like a
minutes.
band-aid. 3 minutes?
Let's do Brothership. Let's talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it as quickly as I can. You can bail on me whenever you want, and I'll just finish it out.
Well, should I just say bye? I should just say bye. You guys can talk about Brothership,
I
you
don't
in
want you to
chat.
go.
Thank you guys for having me on today. I really appreciate everybody in chat being so nice. I have been glancing over, and everybody has been very sweet. So thank you. And then thank you, Wood, for last minute calling me 45 minutes before the podcast.
Oh, you're
asking me to come
so
on.
welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, I won't thank you for that. You just thank me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Liz. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was like, you can say goodbye whenever you want. And then immediately, all right, bye, everybody.
No, I really do gotta go.
I know
feel
you
bad.
do. I know. You have an appointment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, everyone check out Liz the Lass on YouTube. We had an episode together on the podcast too in person a while back. And hopefully in actually just a few weeks, we can do another one in person. I know.
You know what I would really
love
love from you guys in chat and from you guys watching after the live show is I would really love if you would comment and say, give some ideas for any topics or anything that you would like us to cover when we do our in-person episode this month.
Wow, you're just locking that in. All right, yes, do that. Whatever you want me and let's talk about in person in a few weeks. Remember, it'll be around Thanksgiving time too. It'll probably be the Thanksgiving episode. So, yeah, bear that in mind if you have anything along those lines of being thankful for stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. You can bail on me. I appreciate you so much.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you so much. I hope you have a
Liz.
wonderful, beautiful day. I hope Kim feels better. Everybody wish Kim well. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, now it's just me. Oh, the paranoia sets in. Never, for the first time in Nontendo history, it is just me. This is what I was afraid of. This is what I panicked about, moving the show to my house. I knew one day the day would come where Ham wasn't here, Kim would be sick, and I'd be sat here on my own. All right, I'm going to entertain you guys myself for the next 10 minutes, which means I'm going to have chat open, relying heavily on you guys for the conversation. But I'm going to steamroll ahead with talking about this Mario and Luigi stuff. And again, a big thank you to Liz for hanging out with us for as long as she did. She really did jump on very last minute. And it just means a lot to me. Liz has actually become one of my really good friends, and she's very, very, very sweet. All right. We're about to get all pretty annoyed together. If you're ready to go on this adventure with me, let's see what happens when I hit this. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Liz's screen is still there, but she's not there. Let me turn that off. All right. So I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I think this review came in a good week ago at this point, but I'm going somewhere with it. So give me a second. I've hit not allow on this. Get the latest from IGN. Click I'm in, then allow notifications, no thanks, and it comes right back. This is literally me on Twitter for the last 2 months hitting I'm not interested in the Trump ads, and then immediately refreshing, and they're just there again. Mediocre with a 5 on IGN. A 5! Now, without pulling up all the reviews of other outlets from this game, they were all pretty high. And again, I haven't played it, and it's also not like necessarily my kind of game. I love RPGs, but sometimes the Mario ones feel a little bit too like kiddish for me, and I have a hard time getting into the battle mechanics, and the story is usually pretty mediocre, like IGN says here. So I don't know. I might personally agree with a 5. However, I think at some point you have to remove your own opinion. Not your own opinion, but your own preference for a game out of the picture when you review something, right? For example, let's think of a really big game that I don't really like that a lot of people do. Mario 64. Not a huge fan of Mario 64. My opinion of it and my preference for it is pretty low. But I'm not an idiot. I know the game is great. I can see why people loved it, especially at the time. If I was to rank it realistically in video games of all time, I'm putting it in the top echelon. You know what I mean? It's just my preference for if I'd want to play it on my off time is pretty low. I mean, I've got to play the game myself, but I do wonder if this is a Logan Plant, the guy that reviewed this, his preference for it is just pretty low. Because when you have so many 9s across the board and then 1 5 as a standout, it's pretty telling, I feel like. That's my opinion, but let's read what they say. Apart from its great battle system, oh, well, that's actually exciting to me because I need the battle system to be great for me to enjoy it. What do you not like about an RPG if the battle system's good? All right. Mario and Luigi Brothership is an incredibly disappointing revival. How can you... I'm already pissed off. I'm already peeved. How do you go from this RPG has a great battle system, but it's incredibly disappointing? Suffers from boring gameplay? The gameplay is the battle system! and boring dialogue. Now, that I'll believe. I'm sorry. Maybe I will 100% correct the record once I've played it. Again, it only came out today, and I don't get early review codes for nothing. But I fully believe this has bloated, boring dialogue because every Nintendo game seems to. Sorry about that. Not everyone. I mean, Zelda didn't. But I do feel like, especially third-party Nintendo games end up having a lot of bloated dialogue. I feel like Nintendo themselves, in-house Nintendo, do a good job at cutting down on bloated dialogue in their games. But like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom had so much bloated dialogue. It was developed by a third party. Forgot the name offhand. But man, they had so much bloated dialogue it didn't need it that I skipped through and missed nothing by doing so. So I do believe that. A bloated runtime. How long is it, chat? Somebody let me know. I'd like to know how long it is. Shockingly bad performance. It's hard not to believe that too. I mean, this is on Unreal Engine and it's a Switch game. A Switch game in 2024 probably does have bad performance, but we're just taking their word for it here. I'm trying to be as generous as possible to their opinion. And a fundamental misunderstanding of what made the series great. Can't speak for that. Haven't played it. It's funny that I mean, so I guess their complaints are the dial. I don't get the boring gameplay if you say the battle system is great, because to me that is the gameplay. But maybe there's more to the gameplay. Bloated runtime. So they thought it was too long, it performed bad, and it was boring, in their opinion. But had a great battle system. Okay. All right. I mean, what can I say? I haven't played it. I might agree. I doubt I will, just based on all the other reviews. But I haven't played it, so what can I say? The funny thing is, though, IGN Spain, I think Spain, Espanol, Espana, IGN on Twitter _ES did their review, so a foreign IGN, obviously under the same bracket, gave it a 9. So a different IGN gave it a 9. Now, I want to read this because I translated it. But this is, I think, is what highlights what's wrong. Not wrong, but the issue with companies like IGN. So when you watch, I don't really review things. I don't critically review things really on my channel. I don't give things a score out of 10 or anything like that. But with like YouTubers like I that do review things and give things a score, you can kind of predict and have a pretty good assessment for what that individual reviewer likes and what they'll typically score things at. And you can get a vibe for that person. But when IGN does it, it's so all over the place because they have so many people working there and different people take different reviews. There's a whole team of people. You'll have all different people reviewing Nintendo games, PlayStation games, and they all have different opinions. So, you know, the guy that was relegated to reviewing Brothership gave it a 5, but if they had put on 90% of their other team to play and review it, it most likely would have got an 8 or a 9 like all the other outlets. It's just the person they got gave it a 5. And that's why you have these inconsistencies, because the team at IGN Espanol, it was a different person, they gave it a 9. So you have the same outlet in different regions giving it different scores, which, you know, it is what it is. It's how this system works. It's how this system plays out. It's just different people have different opinions. But it's also, to me, why I personally can't take IGN too seriously. Like, a score they give means nothing to me because it's like, who gave that score? And like, you can dive into it and you can follow it closely and be like, okay, well, I know it was IGN, so who actually reviewed it? Oh, this guy or this gal. I like them. I like their scores. Okay, I take this more seriously, whatever. I'm not that invested. I just see IGN gave this a 9 because the water was too wet, or the water was wet enough, or it made me feel like Batman. And then, oh, IGN gave this a 5 because I didn't feel like Batman enough, you know? Anyway, let's read this down here. I also want to point out, I've translated this, but I thought it was funny because I was reading it and I was like, oh, I can actually kind of read it. Haven't taken a day of Spanish in my life. Also, I'm from Australia, so forgive me. I've never really had a chance to look. I've never really looked at it and like given Spanish a chance, but it's so close to, I mean, English is derived from this language and so many other languages. It's just funny to me. Let me give it a shot. Mario and Luigi Connection Fraternal, which, by the way, very funny that the Espanol translation of Brothership is Connection Fraternal. So fraternal connection, just backwards. So two brothers. So a brothership. It's so literal. I don't know why. I find it very funny. Connection Fraternal. Like, I don't know. I have a brother and sister, and I feel like I want to change our Discord group chat to Connection Fraternal. Like, that's why we're here, right? We're connected fraternally. Why else are we in this chat? I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I find it very funny. Mario and Luigi Connection Fraternal is an RPG adventure game for Nintendo Switch. Something narrative, charismatic personalities. The narrative has charismatic personalities and humor, enchanting humor. The Jadores juxtaposition. No, that's too big. The Jadores. Don't know that one. Exploration, different isles. You explore different islands. Something puzzles. So let's say solve puzzles and participate in combat per turquoise timing with using timing. You participate in combat using timing. This actually makes me want to learn Spanish. Because I feel like it's I don't want to say easy. Learning language is hard. But of all the languages to learn, this has to be one of the easiest ones if you already speak English. Now let me read the translation and be completely wrong. And I know a lot of comments are going to be like, wow, Wood just realized how easy it is to read Spanish, and they're going to meme on me. I've never tried, all right? I want to stress again, grew up in Australia. That wasn't an option for us. I learned, my options for language learning in Australian high school was German and I want to say Chinese, maybe Japanese. I don't remember, but I picked German. And that was also relatively easy for the same reason, because so many words are borrowed from European language. All right, so the actual translation is Mario and Luigi Brotherly Connection is an adventure RPG for Nintendo Switch known for its quick-paced storytelling. Oh, I didn't get quick-paced. Oh, Q. Q means time. Kim taught me that. Q order S. Time. Oh, if I was thinking, I would have got that. Quick-paced storytelling. Actually, I probably wouldn't have. Time and narrative. Narrativa, it says. I probably wouldn't have put that together. Time narrative? Quick story? I probably wouldn't have put that together. Charismatic characters, got that. And charming humor. Oh, thank you. Got that too. Players explore various islands, solve puzzles, and engage in turn-based battles. You know what's funny? I have taken like a year of Japanese, and I still can't read Japanese. You put a paragraph of Japanese in front of me, wouldn't be able to tell you a piss. Wouldn't be able to tell you a tiny little bit of it. I just read a whole paragraph of Spanish without ever looking at Spanish before in my life. I don't know if I should be proud of that or extremely disappointed in myself. Q means what and that? Oh. Wait, so what part of, so I thought Q meant time because Q or S means what time is it, doesn't it? So Q means what? Okay, well, I didn't know that. Well, what's the chance of Q being in that sentence when the sentence was about timing? What part of Q or S is time then? Order? All right, we can get off that. I want to get stuck on that. I still feel good. I still feel good about what I did. My point to it all is nothing. I haven't played the game yet, so I'm going to check this out pretty soon. I'll let you guys know that I bought the PlayStation 5 today. I installed the disk drive that I had to buy separately, the $80 disk drive. Order. Q order. Order is hour. Of course it is. See, without writing it down, I was thinking A-U-R-A, order, like an aura. Order. Okay, we're learning Spanish on the Nontendo podcast here. Yeah, so I plugged in the PlayStation 5 Pro. It immediately it asked me if I wanted to transfer my data over from my other PlayStation. I said yes. It said it would take 25 hours, but I would be able to I'd be able to use it in an hour, and the rest would be in the background. So it actually just finished. Right then, I can see on the TV it's asking me to press the button on my controller. So after the episode today, the rest of my day is going to be probably inserting discs into my PlayStation Pro and installing games so that I can start recording footage and doing my own comparisons and making my own PlayStation 5 video. I want to try and get that out in the next day or two. I don't want to take too long on this because, one, I don't know how many people care about the Pro, and two, you know how the internet is. You wait too long, no one cares anymore. And three, I want to get it out of the way so I can just start focusing on my Brothership playthrough and try and get a review of this out in like a week's time. So very busy boy for me. And then with the exciting news of backwards compatibility, I was excited to do this podcast today too. So there's a lot of things right now that are legitimately making me pretty excited, between the news about Nintendo and then new hardware, new software. It's actually a pretty fun week. It's not been, let's be real, for a lot of us. But it has been a pretty fun week on the gaming side of things. And I'm looking forward to dropping those videos. I had some more stuff in my doc that I do want to talk about. Let me look at what those are really quickly. There was something about Sega. Yeah, there was a couple other things, but you know what? Since Liz has left me and it's just me here and we hit all of those big things that I wanted to talk about, we can probably wrap this up and we can head over into the Patreon bonus episode where the Patreons will have to just deal with me talking to myself, which has happened once before. And they were very nice and generous about it. I really appreciate the Patreons a lot. They help make this possible. I guess since I have the floor and we're at the tail end of the podcast and there's no one here to distract me, I guess I'll just take a moment. I mean, it's just me and it's just you guys. So I just want to take this moment to thank you. This is episode technically 17, I believe, of Nontendo Live. When we did the rebrand over from Nontendo Podcast, we had got to 100 episodes, obviously. We did that one with Bob. Then I think we ended up doing a couple more off-the-record episodes that became 101, 102, or whatever. So I think we're at like 120 episodes now. And there's still a lot of you that listen and watch and take part in this show and part of the community and come back in every week and tune in. And I want you to know I really appreciate it. It means so much to me for a lot of reasons. You know, the other stuff I do online, it's all me. My main show and everything else, my streams, it's all me. And I don't really care what happens there, you know? Like, it's me doing me. The podcast was me and someone else. And then it became me and other people. And then it became me and trying to put someone next to me. And then it became me and Kim. And that's been really nice. And I've tried really hard not to make this show too me focused, you know? I don't know why I wanted it. Oh, I don't know why. But a lot of you still tune in and you still watch and you still support and you're still trying to enjoy the show in all of the fragmented ways that it has become and splintered. And I'm just honestly trying to keep it going and keep it alive because I love it so much. I love the community that we built. I love having a podcast to talk about everything Nintendo that I can't talk about in my main shows. And I love the community that wants to be here. It honestly means so much to me. And I never really get a chance to thank you. And I know it's constantly changing and evolving, and it's a moving target. And it seems like now we've settled. We're here. We're in the basement. Ham will be back next week. Kim will be here. We're going to do a Thanksgiving episode with Liz. We have some cool things coming up. The Patreon still helps so much in supporting the show too. And I would like this show to still grow. You know, my promise to the show is that I'm going to keep it going in any way that I can. But in the back of my mind and in my heart, I would still love the show to grow. I love the idea of the show having a studio, the show having its own home, and the show growing out to be more than just something else I do in my basement. We just got to get there. We gotta figure out where the show is at and figure out what we can do. It's a little harder when I live in rural Pennsylvania to get a cool studio that people can make it out to. I also didn't want to shock the show again by getting a studio right away and trying to find new crew to help on it. I wanted to keep it just the people you're familiar with. I didn't want to keep changing it. But ultimately, I hope that it grows and that it becomes something more. And that's everything. I just wanted to ramble that out there and make sure you all know how much I appreciate you. Whether you're listening, watching, whether you are just on YouTube or you're a Patreon member, however it is you support the show, it means a lot. And I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's everything I got for you, I think. So we'll move over to the Patreon episode now. And I'll see everybody else next week with Ham, hopefully with Kim. You guys are the best. There's no sound problems this time. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to do like a moment of silence at the start of every episode, just as like an ongoing bit at this point. But I am glad we didn't have any today because I was very stressed when we got Liz in. I had to redo the OBS to like fit her and like have her audio, and it was a mad panic. And I'm glad it all worked. Dragonheart, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. Thank all of you. You're all awesome. And yeah, I could sit here and rant all day long. And also, audio listeners, let me give you guys just a second here because I'm so video coded, and I know I am. My first and foremost thoughts are always on video because that's just how I've always done YouTube. But there are legitimately people that only listen via the audio. They wait for the Spotify or the iTunes or wherever they listen, and we have audio issues. You know, I actually don't know if we cut those out. I assume we do. We must. I hope we must. Can you imagine we post the audio and there's a minute of silence? I feel like that must have happened. Audio listeners, if you're watching, you're listening just through the audio, just know I really do appreciate you guys too. And I'm sorry if there are times where I forget when we're reacting to something or watching something on screen that you guys are there in the audio and you can't see it. To some point, to some extent, you know, it is video and we are reacting to things, you know, on a screen. And there's only so much we can do there, you know, especially when we do games and tier lists and stuff like that. But just know I still appreciate the audio listens. They do mean a lot to me. All right. That's it. I'm going to get out of here. Go do the Patreon episode. If you do like the show, like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us whatever you want to rate. I say us. And, yeah, that's it. Let me hit you with this. I apologize to the Patreons who are in the $20 tier because I have not updated this bar in a few weeks now. It is actually a pain to update, but that's no excuse. I need to do it. getting the reason why it's a pain is I have to find out who is and who isn't a $20 Patreon anymore. And it's just a lot of like looking and counting and math and comparing things on an Excel spreadsheet. Way more work than it needs to be. I wish it was more auto updated, but I will get on that. I promise. I promise. God damn, I promise. Oh my God. What are we doing here? You know? Imagine this. You, me. Rule 34 of both of us. All right, okay. Bye. Love you guys. You're the best.